to tune in. And the reason I thought of this topic, Lincoln, is we found out, and we see someone on the chat just mentioned this actually, the Gateshead Diamond League meet just announced their 100 field for the end of May. And it's Fraser-Pryce, Elaine Thompson, Sha'Carri Richardson, and Dina Asher-Smith in the 100.
Yeah.
So basically the four biggest names are going to meet in the women's 100, 3 weeks before the Olympic trials, right? And about, 2 months before the Olympics. And this should not be a news story, but it is, because it's rare to see even the top two names go at it. But to get all four from three different countries in the same race is going to be awesome. So because of that, I would deem the women's 100 this year as incredibly watchable, right? You got the young star in Richardson. You have the ultimate clutch performer in Shelly-Ann Fraser. You have Elaine Thompson and Dina Asher-Smith, who have won major medals. I think it's going to be a great event this year, Lincoln. I will be tuning in anytime there's a women's 100.
Hey, as an American biased fan, I don't know if people could tell by my accent, but I am an American. Let me just say how refreshing it is to have Sha'Carri Richardson back in the 10.7s and, being somebody who is right in the thick of it. Not that we thought after kind of things fell apart for her in 2019 that all of a sudden she was, to use a NFL NBA term, a bust, but just having her back this season, seeing her run, she ran 10.72. Did I see that? Is that correct?
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. You knew you hadn't heard the last of her, obviously, but wow, she's back and surpassed where she was in 2019. So that's cool with how young she is, obviously, in an Olympic year. And then the other three have already been there, done that with gold medals. Not in the 100 for Dina Asher-Smith, but obviously in the 2. That's. It's got this event obviously will have some competition, as we'll talk about. It's a good pick, though. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Certainly better than, I know there's some names in the men's 100, but this women's side is way more entertaining than the men's 100 right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And listen, it doesn't mean that every single time the women's 100 is going to be this stacked, but they have enough people involved. And you have someone like Richardson where you really don't know what she's capable of. She could mess around and run a 10.6.7 this year. And I don't think people should be too stunned. And we're all going to be watching Fraser-Pryce to see, does she have another run, left in her. In 2019, she's running low 10.7s, looked as good as ever. So one of those four are always going to be involved. And that's going to make that event really fun to watch. And on the rare occasion when all four and maybe someone else pops up as well too, get to the start line, it's going to be, but Sha'Carri Richardson, I mean, every time she runs, it's just like must see, right? She's either running something super fast, she's celebrating at the line. She's a show in and of herself. And then you add in, like I said, the dominance of Fraser-Pryce and obviously what Asher-Smith and Thompson have done. So I think women's 100, I'd put at the top of my watchability list this year.